Hello fellow geeks and welcome back to Running Geek Girl. My name is Heather, the Running Geek Girl, and I'm glad you're here today. Now if you missed my last video, we kind of did a little overview of what it would take to use an online training plan, the kind that you can just Google and find for free. If you missed that video, I'm going to have a link up here and in the description box down below so that you can get an overall feel of what it takes to use an online fitness plan. Today, we're going to be taking a look at two of the most popular online fitness plans that you can find. The first one we're going to be taking a look at is called the FIRST plan. That stands for the Furman Institute of Running and Scientific Training. If you're familiar with the book Run Less, Run Faster, that is the FIRST method. So if you would like a whole lot more information about this particular training plan, then definitely check out that book. Overall, the plan centers around 3 training runs per week and 2 cross-training days. Your 3 runs are going to be your long run, your tempo run, and your interval run. If you want, you can drop those cross-training days. However, they say that it makes the plan overall less effective. Some of the pros of this plan, first of all, is that the plan itself is based off of starting on where you are right now. It starts with your current level of fitness. The way that the long runs are set up will actually prepare you to run marathon pace once the time comes. Another pro is that if you are the type of person who needs to go for a specific distance of run and not just a specific time for a run, this focuses on specific distances and therefore will make you ready for however long it takes to finish whatever length distance you need to do. And since there are only 3 runs per week, the chances of this becoming boring and monotonous are definitely reduced. However, the intensity of these runs are fairly high, so it is possible to burn out or overtrain. Some of the drawbacks of this plan. First of all, there are no easy days. Pretty much every single workout they intend for you to do completely and fully to the best of your ability. There's no easy recovery type days unless you choose to drop some of the cross-training days to do that. Another con for this one is that the novice plan has a fairly typical ramp up in miles that you'll see as compared to other plans. However, if you are not using the novice plan, it will automatically assume that you start the plan able to run 16 miles. So if that's not you, then you will definitely want to kind of downshift to the novice plan in this case. A third drawback is that this plan does include cross-training, where some people would see this definitely as a benefit. A lot of people say that that's just extra work that they don't want to have to do when they have a limited schedule. And finally, in reading reviews from fairly experienced runners, many of them, and keep in mind these are experienced runners, many of them felt that the intensity of these workouts was a bit too hard to follow in a consistent way. Overall, this is the plan that you would want to use if you are a triathlete or a multi-sport athlete, if you are not a beginner or a novice, and if you are someone who has perhaps completed a marathon already and you're looking to improve your marathon time. Other plans put out by FIRST include a novice 5K, an intermediate 5K, a competitive 5K, competitive 10K, and competitive half marathon. These are all available online. I'm going to put a link down below to the FIRST marathon plan, the novice edition, so that you can get a feel of what that would incorporate. The second plan we're going to be taking a look at today is the Jeff Galloway You Can Do It marathon plan. This is the plan that he highlights in his book, You Can Do It. Overall, this plan is based around taking regular walking breaks in order to increase endurance and distance. It takes long runs a little more slowly. And the walk breaks are not just part of the training, it's also part of the strategy for race day itself. The long runs in this plan tend to be over marathon length. They go anywhere from around 25 to 30 miles in order to make sure that the body is completely trained to handle 26.2. However, the ramp up to the longer runs is very slow and steady and very manageable. The pros of this plan is that it works very well if you consider yourself to be a middle of the pack runner. Faster runners can also use this in order to build endurance for longer and longer races. One of the drawbacks to this plan is that it requires constant experimentation on the runner's part in order to figure out the right run-walk ratio and the correct pace for you. Also, if you're not used to running and then stopping to walk and then picking the pace back up again to run, it can be a little bit jarring if it's something that your body isn't used to. So it takes a little bit of practice in order to make your body feel more natural running and walking using this method. Also, although the plan suggests that you use speed work and cross training in your own time, it is not included as part of the plan itself. It's up to the runner to decide how and when they want to approach that. So this is a plan that you would want to look at if you are the type of runner who is usually prone to injury or maybe have slight injuries already and you want to complete distances without putting a lot of extra strain on your body. It's also very good if you're not looking to be a Boston qualifier. Like I said, this is really good for middle of the pack runners, people who are not so much concentrated on speed. There are some people that have used this method in order to qualify for Boston. However, it takes a lot of practice and a lot of training in order to do that. So do with that information as you will. You also want to use this if you have a very long time until your race. Most of the plans last around 32 weeks. So definitely have a long stretch of time before your race if you're looking to use the run walk method. Jeff Galloway also has 5K, 10K, and half marathon plans. I have used his plans before for shorter distances. I have also used the app before, which incorporates a lot of this information. I'll have a link up here and down in the description box to the video where I talk about the Galloway training app for Couch to 5K. And I'm also going to have a link down below to a sample Galloway marathon training plan so you can take a look. Well, there are 2 online training plans that you can take a look at to see if they could potentially work for you. Make sure that you're subscribed if you haven't subscribed already, because I'm going to be taking a look at 2 more online training plans in the future, and you don't want to miss that. Also, make sure that you follow me on social media. You can find all the links in the description box below. You can find me across most platforms under the name Running Geek Girl. Thank you so much for stopping by. I hope you're having a great week, and I'll catch you next time. Happy running. The walking breaks are not just part of the training, it's part of the